Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ambassador of Southern Rock. I'm your host, Michael Buffalo Smith, and we welcome back to the program our friend from North Carolina, Mr. Dwayne Fields, also known as Rebel, spelled with a Y. Why? Because we like him. And we are today going to do something I believe is interesting. It's the uh, greatest obscure Southern rock tracks. Most casual Southern rock fans already know all about bands like the Allman Brothers and Skinner, Marshall Tucker, and Molly Hatchet. But what Rebel and I are going to do is to count down some perhaps lesser known Southern rock tracks that if you haven't heard them, you should. Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like
Exactamundo.
we discussed one time before, or
Hey,
several times before, Southern rock is not just a region. If you're in the opinion that Southern rock has to come from south of the Mason-Dixon line, it's not necessarily true.
no, not all. And Charlie Daniels and I talked about that a lot. The late Charlie Daniels, he said that Southern rock was not about geography at all. It was a mindset and a spirit,
And a feeling,
a feeling,
an
baby.
attitude, an
It's more
attitude.
than a feeling. Oh, wait a minute.
That's Boston.
It's a different podcast. Don't mention Boston on this one. uh, anyway, all that being said, kick it off. You do your first one first. I'm that
Well,
way.
my first one is from a band out of New York. Uh, the late great Leslie West and Mountain. Their song "Long Red," not the one off their studio version, but the one from Woodstock. If that ain't Southern rock, I don't know what is.
Not bad for a band from New York.
Not bad at all.
I love Mountain. My number 10 is from a band called Skinny Molly, which is my good friend Jay Johnson is in there with my other friend Mike Estes and all the other guys. And before the pandemic, they were playing all over the world. And hopefully they'll be getting back out and doing it again. But the song by Skinny Molly's on their album called Haywire Riot, and the song is Devil in a Bottle. It's just a great song by
Oh
Skinny Molly.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
that's a great song. And
it
yeah,
is.
Skinny Molly is a great band. If
They
you've
are,
not heard them,
yeah,
check them out
they're
at
very
some
awesome.
time.
Yeah. All right. Do your number nine, number nine.
Okay, well, I thought we were doing five, so I'm gonna have to improvise my last.
Well, do whatever you want to do.
I can do it. I can do it. My next one is a band out of Irving, Texas, that uh, some casual Southern rock fans will know it. It's "Mean to Your Queenie" by Point Blank.
Oh, definitely.
Rusty Burns and the band. That was an awesome song. I first heard it off of oh Lord, I think it was a K-Tel,
Yeah, compilation. Yeah.
yeah, Southern Fried Rock or something like that. But it was a great song, and it never really got a lot of airplay. It gets a little now, or used to. I don't know if it does now because I don't listen to mainstream radio.
Yeah, me neither. Uh, yeah, back in the 80s, I was in a band. We played that song. It's actually Mean to Your Queenie. Mean to Your Queenie. What the hell did you expect? Da, 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 da. What a great song. Uh, my number nine is, I hate to keep saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. There are a few of the people on this list that I was blessed to actually become friends with. And
I'm
this
sure.
is one of them. George McCorkle, that was with the Marshall Tucker Band, did a great album called American Street.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, and the song that moves me is called Peace Stories.
Yes.
Maybe one day we'll all be telling peace stories to our children, God willing, all over the world. I just gives me chills to think about it. I told him many times. I said that's such a great song. George McCorkle. I miss him. It just got to be a good friend. But anyway, enough of that sad stuff. Let's get on with it. Your next one.
My next one is once the Allman Brothers, well, one of the times the Allman Brothers broke up.
Oh, one of them.
In this 1977 or 78, I think, they formed a band called Sea Level.
Yeah, they did.
And they put an album called Cats on the Coast.
Oh, yeah.
And from that album came That's Your Secret. Agonizing reappraisal, says Dusty Rhodes, and he's the American dream. Love it.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, the American dream, the bionic elbow.
American dream. Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
It used to get airplay back during the day, but you never hear it on the radio now. And I run across it not long ago on Spotify, and man, it brought back some memories.
Yeah, no doubt. My number 8 is by the band called Grinder Switch, and
right on time.
Right, yeah. The song I like is called 80 Miles to Memphis. It's off the Honest to Goodness album, written by Joe Dan Petty.
Mm-hmm.
Has the same feel of the early Marshall Tucker stuff. Mm-hmm. It's also got my buddy Paul Hornsby, who produced it, also played all the piano on that thing. So it's just loaded. That song's loaded with great guitar, smoking slide guitar. Oh, man. 80 Miles from Memphis. Just get the whole album, Honest to Goodness by Grinder Switch. And honest to goodness, you'll love it.
I have it.
No doubt. What's your next one?
My next one is, this might ruffle a few feathers, especially, like I said, if you're of the opinion that Southern rock has to come from below the Mason-Dixon line. These guys, I don't even think speak English. And I'm talking about what's his name, Toshihiro Sumamoto.
Yeah, of course.
And Savoy Truffle, and their song "Sanctuary."
Yeah.
Good Lord! Don't go listen to the one off their album off Spotify. Go to YouTube and look it up live.
Yeah.
Good Lord. And there's a lot of other songs that just have that Southern rock vibe, and they try to sing it. And like I said, I don't think they speak English.
It's hard to, yeah, with a lot of those great bands from Europe and Japan and everything, they they can't get rid of their natural dialect or accent, but the music does always comes through, like with them. And one of the things I've found over the years is that the Japanese people they're like sponges. They pick up the music or art or anything, and they can recreate it and make it better. Yeah. They're just really, really, really good at that.
They have a little song that was off their album when they were a Bluestone company called Silver Horse.
Yeah.
That was a studio version that was really had that Southern rock vibe to it.
That's right. Yeah. That's cool, man. Well, I'm glad you brought them up. My next one is from a lesser known Capricorn Records artist. The band was called Hydra. And it's the album. The song is from their self-titled 1974 album, Hydra. And the song is called Glitter Queen.
Yes.
Glitter Queen, yeah. Great guitars from Spencer Kilpatrick and Bruce. I always want to call him Bruce Wayne. It's Wayne Bruce. Bruce Wayne's Batman. And we've joked about that before. He said, I'm not the first one. Straight up rocking, though, with Hydra. Yeah, man, they were great. There was one guy in the band back then that looked just like Leslie West. Big, heavy guy. I think that was Spencer. I'm not sure. Might have been. But Hydra. Yeah, okay. Go on, yours.
What number are we on now?
Well, I am getting ready to do 6.
Okay. I guess my next one is from a former member of Leonard Skinner, Mr. Alan Collins. Off his.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him? He's a long, lanky guy. He used to jump a whole lot.
Yeah, I know he had spring in his step.
He had a song on his self-titled album Uh, Let Be a Lady Tonight.
Yeah, baby.
That was an awesome song. It had a good, catchy guitar riff to it, and I think a lot of casual Southern rock fans don't even know he put out a solo CD.
Yeah, he did, and it was great. It was great, and I know the guy that designed the album cover where it made that guitar look like a drag racer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ray Turknick. His company was Rat Art. He also designed the same artist that designed Alan's album cover, designed the Grits masthead logo and the Grits T-shirt designs and stuff that we did. Great artist. He's a really
Cool.
great artist. Um, my next one is from a newer band that I just absolutely freaking adore, called the Georgia Thunderbolts, and the song
Heard of
is
them.
"Spirit of a Working Man."
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. They rock, great drums and bass, very reminiscent of some old Skinner sound on their album. The album came out in 2020, but it's they're really on their way. I mean, it's a weird time for a band like that to debut in the middle of a pandemic, but they've done really well considering, you know. And I think that it won't be long. I'm hoping it won't be long, so everybody will be back out playing again. And I got to go and see the guys live. I mean, they're just really great. Anyway, that's Georgia Thunderbolts, Spirit of a Working Man. Get the EP, the Georgia Thunderbolts EP. It's available now wherever fine music is sold. What's your next one?
My next one is a band I just found out about 5 years ago, but they've been around since the mid to late '70s. They're out of Missouri, and they're not to be confused with Mother's Finest. It's Mama's Pride.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Old St. Lou.
Yeah,
If you want to hear some blues, come to Old St. Lou.
yeah. What a great band they are. Were
They
I mean.
they are still our Pat Liston, and what was his name? His brother Danny or
Yeah,
Don?
yeah, yeah, Danny.
They
Man, yeah.
were awesome.
Wow, that's cool. Well, I guess my number five is going to be a a song. Let me see. How do I even phrase it? The song. I love the song so much. The first time I heard it, it was the country band Black Hawk doing it on their Spirit Dancer album. Um,
Henry Paul.
yeah, this is a song is called Brothers of the Southland.
Yeah.
But they put a band together called Brothers of the Southland,
I heard
and
that.
with Henry Paul and George McCorkle and all kinds of people, and they recut that song. But the original one I'm looking at right now is on the Black Hawk Spirit Dancer album. Henry Paul's tribute to Marshall Tucker, Almonds, Leonard Skinner. Uh, wow, I get chills when I listen to Henry sing those lyrics. I mean, I just love it. Good stuff, man. You're okay. Number four.
Well, my number four is also a Henry Paul. It's from his
Woo.
album Gray Ghost.
Yeah.
They tribute to Ronnie
Skinner.
Van Zant and Skinner.
Yeah. Well, what's the song? The song, you said the album was Grey Ghost, right?
Well, the song Gray Ghost.
Yeah, okay. Well, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even to this day, you know, when he plays with their Reformed Outlaws that Henry's doing, they always play Grey Ghost. And it's, man, I just love that song. It's really good. Henry's just a really talented guy.
he really is, and if he is like, how do I say this? The Outlaws lineup today is almost like the music coming from them is like Southern rock from the heyday back in the '70s.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
I categorize Southern rock as anything from '69 to '80. That's my favorite Southern rock. And then
Yeah.
you've got modern Southern rock, which is great. I love a lot of that stuff. But the new album, Dixie Highway, is
Right.
so much like what was being done back in the mid 70s, late 70s.
I fully agree, and I'll go back one more. Right before Dixie Highway, they did "It's About Pride," and
Yes, that one
that
too.
album the same way. It just sounded like the good old stuff, and of course on those albums they had Billy Crane playing guitar too, so that helped a lot too. Um, yeah, man. Well, my number four you may have heard of. My number four is from a band called Swamp Da Womp. Yeah, that you knew it very well. The album was called Rock This Country, and the song is Rock This Country. I just absolutely love the hot guitars, but more than anything, I love and miss the vocals of Big Gig Michaels, who, as we know, passed away some time ago. But he was such a nice guy and also one of the most powerful singers I've ever known. Just belting that stuff out, man. I just love it. And I love that song. That was first time I heard it when we were doing a kudzu radio hour on Sunday nights. I don't know if you remember, but I probably played that thing on 6 or 7 shows. I liked it so much. But yeah, Swamp Dewomp.
I think Keith Inman was the guitarist on that.
Yeah, probably
The
so.
Wizard.
All right. What's your three? Number three.
Number three. I'm having to, it's another band out of New York City.
Wow.
That they had a great Southern. I swear to God, it's a Southern rock song. Black Betty, the old tune. Who was it? Huddy Ledbetter, Leadbelly.
Yeah.
But that's not the song. That's the great one. Everybody's heard that one. Another song they did on that album was High Steppin', which has a really funky beat to it, and it's to me it's Southern rock out of New York City.
New York City?
New York City!
If you're of a certain age, folks, you remember that commercial. My number three is from a little band called Doc Holliday. And it's from the album Doc Holliday Rides Again. And one of their best albums. Of course, they're all good. And the song is called Southern Man.
Yes.
Bruce Brookshire singing and playing guitar with Eddie Stone on the keys and the whole hee-haw gang. Man, yeah, just good stuff. Doc Holliday got a great catalog of music, but that one song there, besides Lonesome Guitar, I think my two favorite songs, that and this one, Southern Man. It's just wonderful. That's my number three. Your two?
My number two is a band that did an album, and they invited Dwayne Allman to be on it. It's called Five Will Get You 10. And it's
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to stump you on this.
I just talked to one of them yesterday.
Tommy Talton must have told you about it. Please Be With Me by Cowboy.
One of my favorite songs ever.
Mine too. That's just the Dwayne's slide work on that is just. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, it's unmistakable that it's him.
And the great thing about it, man, is when they had asked him to play on something on their session, and they said that he just rode up there to the studio on a motorcycle one day and come walking in, and he goes, "All right, y'all ready for me to play?" Yeah, sure. He goes, "Hey, what you got?" And they played him one song. And he goes, I don't think I can play that one. I don't think I want to play that one. And then they played him. Scott played him "Please Be With Me," and Dwayne's like, "Yeah, man." So he had a resonator guitar, and I lost my train of thought. He had a resonator guitar, but it was vibrating. Pete Kowalski said that the guitar was vibrating too much and would mess up the recording. So they took one of those real estate magazines that are in the lobbies everywhere and stuck it down in the sound hole. So it's weird to think that Dwayne's solo was played on a essentially a dobro with a magazine stuck in it. But anyway, whatever works. All I know is this sure is the first time I ever heard the song was on the Dwayne Allman anthology album. That's
I
where I
think that's the
first
first
started.
time I heard it.
And I was just like blown away, blown away. Well, that's great. Oh wait, I can't believe we're already down to number 2. Oh, I'm gonna quit saying this. I swear. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna quit saying this. These guys are good friends of mine. The Winters Brothers Band.
Oh yeah.
The Winters Brothers, Dennis and Donnie, and the whole gang. And the song is from the album Coast to Coast Live, and the song is called "A Gun Don't Mind."
Very good.
It's put together in several movements, kind of like a Southern rock Bohemian Rhapsody, because it's got different sections of the song, and slow and speeding up, and all. Also got some great B3 organ from their producer, their album producer, which was Taz DeGregorio of Charlie Daniels Band.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And
well, I think their whole album, Southwest Stampede, is like a concept album.
It is, yeah.
Or like I want to say a rock opera.
Yeah.
It's just like all the songs meld together. It's like, if I can't listen to Pink Floyd, The Wall, without listening to the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
And Dark Side of the Moon, same way. It tells a story, and I have to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, I can dig that. All right. What's your number 2?
Number 1.
Oh, you're at number 1 already? Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I am too. Wow. Well, time flies when you're having fun.
It's kind of ironic that both of us would have the same band in our top 10 list.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't surprise me that much. It surprises me that we hadn't had more crossover.
Another song from your friend and mine, Mr. Gig Michaels.
Yeah.
It's off their debut album with Marty Hill and Duke Rivers and
was that David? What's that drummer's name?
Big Ben, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Pill Call the Truth.
Oh yeah, Little Pill Call the Truth.
Boy, that's got some Delta Swamp blues in it.
Oh, I wanted to do a swamp song. I had down on my list that, and I had another one, Fat Boys Can Jam, y'all.
Yeah, that was your theme song for a while until you had the operation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fat Boys Can Jam, y'all. That's cool, man. That's cool. So your number 1 is Swamp Swamp. Good.
Little Pill Call the Truth.
Little Pill Called the Truth. I can just hear that in my head now. Probably will for a day or two. My number 1 is just a song that kind of, if I hear it on my, on my stereo or whatever, never played a radio. So I put it on my stereo and I always turn it up to 11. And it's the band Blackberry Smoke.
Oh, yeah.
And from the album Little Piece of Dixie, the song is Up in Smoke, Down in Flames. Oh, you bum, crank that son of a gun up. Whew. Good stuff, man. Everything Charlie Starr and them do, they just amaze me.
You can't go wrong with Blackberry Smoke anywhere.
That's right. Smoke them if you got them, folks. A couple of honorable mentions I'm not going to dwell on, but there's a couple that really wanted to be in my top 10, but they didn't make it. One is from the Southern Rock All-Stars, their album Crazy Again, and I love the song Train of Sorrow. Of course, I liked a lot of the original stuff they did, like Jackson's Stump Jumping and all that, but Train of Sorrow, great album. Great song. And yet another friend of mine, born in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but has lived in Nashville for many years, and is a prolific songwriter singer named Marshall Chapman. And the first time I ever heard her, it was from her first album. Her album was called Me, I'm Feeling Free, came out in 1977. And the song is Somewhere South of Macon. And that's just a really good one. I just had to mention that. There's a blue million others, but that's all I've got. Do you have anything you want to tack on there?
Yeah, we could do like a 6-hour show on this.
Yeah, I know. We'd be the only ones watching, but.
Probably my favorite Blackberry Smoke song that they have done is, Lord, the damn name escapes me right now.
I've never heard that one.
I feel a good one coming on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love that too. Yeah.
2 6-packs of Shiner.
99-cent butane lighter.
Lighter.
Talking about Patron. You drinking some
That
Patron.
that's yep.
That's good, man.
And
That's
the
good.
alternate version about swimming in the Chattahoochee.
Yeah, I got my fist singer.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll
can say it.
stop right there.
In your sister's something. Yeah. And Charlie won't sing that. He'll let the audience sing it every time, that long line.
I've got their Leave a Scar album that was recorded in Raleigh, and that's what he does.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's great. I guess that'll wrap it up for this episode. And I do want to say, folks, if you're still watching, please hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. We'll do some more with Rebyll. We'll do some more with Richard Smith and more interviews as soon as I get around to it. I've got a few people lined up to do any interviews.
And if there's a lot of these songs on here you haven't heard before, go to YouTube and look them up, or go to Spotify and look them up.
That's what's so cool now, is you can find it. It's cool that you can find all that and listen to it, for free, which is my favorite price.
Yours and mine.
So anyway, well, that wraps it up. I want to say thank you to Dwayne Fields. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Enjoyed it.
Me too. Okay.
Making it back to Macon. Give me some grits, gravy, and bacon. Just a little something to tide me over. The Mama Louise and the H&H Open. She got fried chicken and pinto beans, hot cornbread, sweet iced tea. Everything that a body needs. That's why I'm making it back to Macon. Give me some grits, gravy, and bacon. Just a little something to hold me over till Mama Lou